So welcome everyone. Good morning. Good morning, Friday. This Friday. Um, my name is Lynn Wang Gordon. I'm a graduate from Mark Coleman's Awake in the Wild training in 2017, and I've been teaching nature meditation since. So glad to be here and grateful to be here with this community, this particular community that's close to my heart for Awake in the Wild, and really grateful to be here for this morning. So I'm just gonna paste the information one time. I can note one more because I know chat doesn't show once you're in. So I'm gonna just show them one more time. So the theme that I was thinking of talking about today is belonging to and support from a larger presence. I think the last few days for those of us in the U.S., it's been a ride, and I think so is 2020 in general, and then so is our life. So what do we do when we have anxieties, uncertainties, fear, grief? What do we do with difficult emotions? And I know since you are all joining here, meditation has been a great tool. And one of the reasons I love, particularly in meditating in nature and nature meditation, is to contemplating deep time and the connection to a larger presence that's much more, for me, very palpable when I'm meditating in nature. So I like to begin with land acknowledgement. So I'm based in New York, East Coast time. I'm sitting in Manhattan, the land of the Lenape people, the tribe that covers New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and parts of Delaware. And the reason I particularly appreciate land acknowledgement for nature meditation teaching is that we want to appreciate and acknowledge the stewardship and the spirits that have guided and protected our land for generations before us. And it inspires us to live kind of intimately with the land as indigenous people have done, and inspire us to continue to steward the land in current generation and for future generation. I also want to call in the ancestors of this lineage of meditation, Buddhism, that has been also protected, guided, carefully stewarded by Asian practitioners in all over Asia over the last 2,000 years. And I want to bring them and call them in for guidance and protection as we meditate and do this work. And then what I really want to talk about is calling in our own ancestors. Whether we know specifically who they are, whether we may not know, whether we know their history, whether we don't know their history and origins, the fact that we're here today, we are the descendants of our ancestors. And recently I just came out of a retreat that's the teacher La Sarmiento from IMCW. They have shared a ancestral mathematics that I thought was really interesting. So each of us have 2 parents, 4 grandparents, 8 great-grandparents, 16 second great-grandparents. And if you go back 5th generation, we have 128 5th great-grandparents. And if you go back 10 generations, we have 10, in the 10th great-grandparents, we have 4,096. So you could do the math and keep going. So each of us, if you just think about the 10th generation back, each of us have 4,000 people behind us. 4,000 lives that has their own heartbreaks, their trials, their struggles, their human experience. And yet we are here today. Each of us is here today because 4,000 people had their own experiences and allow us and came down and passed their wisdom and resilience. And that's an inherent belonging that we have, whether we know it or not, consciously know it or not. whenever I think about that, that gives me incredible courage and strength in, and also a sense of belonging that's bigger, much bigger than myself. That there is that resilience is built in. It's part of us. It's inherent inheritance that we have just by the fact that we're here today. So I really appreciate that, thinking about ancestors. So in all these forms. So whether it's our own blood ancestors or our lineage that we chose, or the stewardship that is by the Native American people in the Americas lands. So that's kind of what I would like to bringing into today's meditation. And I think this poem by Rumi, I know people love Rumi, but this poem I really only recently heard from Tara Brach. I really think that it kind of captures some of what I'm trying to convey. It's called A Garden Beyond Paradise by Rumi. Everything you see has its roots in the unseen world. The forms may change, yet the essence remains the same. Every wondrous sight will vanish. Every sweet word will fade. But do not be disheartened. The source they come from is internal, growing, branching out, giving new life and new joy. Why do you weep? That source is within you, and this whole world is springing up from it. The source is full. Its waters are ever flowing. Do not grieve. Drink your fill. Don't think it will ever run dry. This is the endless ocean. From the moment you came into this world, a ladder was placed in front of you that you might transcend it. From earth, you became plant. From plant, you became animal. Afterwards, you became a human being, endowed with knowledge, intellect, and faith. Behold the body, born of dust. How perfect it has become. Why should you fear its end? When were you ever made less by dying? When you pass beyond this human form, no doubt you'll become an angel and soar through the heavens. But don't stop there. Even heavenly bodies grow old. Pass again from the heavenly realm and plunge into the ocean of consciousness. Let the drop of water that is you become 100 mighty seas. And do not think the drop alone becomes the ocean. The ocean too becomes the drop. That's the last line. But do not think that the drop alone becomes the ocean. The ocean too becomes the drop. So we're part of this long lineage and long line of consciousness that's passed on to us. So when we feel those anxiety and difficult emotions, we can release into that larger belonging and larger presence to the natural world, to the tree, to the sky, to the earth beneath us. So hopefully this supports with your sit. And so let us sit. Perhaps you could feel your body's contact, that support from the earth, the effortless support from the earth. And you do not need to earn or do anything, and that effortless support is always there below you from the earth. You can feel the sky above us, vast, infinite. And then you could call in our ancestor on our back, feeling their presence, blessings around us. In this final few minutes of the meditation, we dedicate this sit. May our sit this morning benefits us, our beloved ones, and all beings in life on earth. May each of us find our belongings and reunion to wholeness. May our ancestors continue to bless our spirits, our work, and may our humble and sincere intentions and actions sow seeds that create conditions for life for our and future generations. May it bring healing, love, and aliveness to earth, our home. Thank you so much for your beautiful presence this morning. I saw there's some questions. So the poem is A Garden Beyond Paradise by Rumi. I'm going to put it into chat. And also, as you know, this teaching is offered freely. And so if any support that you could give to Mark, it would be really, really appreciated. As you know, this lineage is continue sustained through the act of generosity. So this is the link to Mark's Dana link. And also, as I'm sure you probably already know, this Awaken the Wild sitting series is now extended to the weekends. And so if you're interested in sitting on the weekends as well, you can find the meditation series links here to register for the weekend. And for those who want to learn more about my programs, here's the link to the website. And then last piece of propaganda, as Mon Howard will say, I co-host a monthly Sacred Earth Sangha through New York Insight, and we're launching a speaker series. So the first speaker will be Tanisra in December. So if you're interested, feel free to join and register for the event. And if there's any questions, you could put into chat and let me know if I could help answer any questions that you might have. Thank you so much. And may you have a lovely day for new day in this world. And have a beautiful, beautiful weekend.